So I'm sure these two ladies do not need any introduction at all, but just in case there are people that don't know who they are, I'd like to introduce Millie Kendall, who is the CEO of the British Beauty Council, and Leslie Blair, who is the chair and CEO of BABTAC and CIBTAC. And I just want to ask them a simple question that's not so simple, that I would like them to answer really quite briefly. And this is their opinions on the importance of trade organizations within our whole industry, their place, their importance, their value. Are they worth it? Do we need us all? Because obviously the Federation of Nail Professionals is that far away from launching its membership with its fabulous new website. Functionality is incredible. So I would like their opinion. So Millie, I'm going to come to you first.
Well, congratulations, firstly. It's like giving birth.
Yeah.
I do think that the trade organisations are essential to the sector. There were, when we first set up the British Beauty Council, we noticed that there were a lot of trade industry bodies. Each one of them has a sort of niche or fills a gap in the industry where information and support is required from the workforce, and a lot of our workforce, as we know, is self-employed. So who do you talk to, and where do you get your information from? And disseminating information over the past year and a half has been really critical to the sort of longevity and the buoyancy of our industry moving forward. I think that what's been really, I wouldn't say surprising, but really pleasing is the fact that all of these different industry bodies, who all have their own sort of membership, have come together and are now working together as sort of almost one organism, which is so beautiful to see. And it's something that I felt, I wasn't sure would or could happen actually 3 years ago. Obviously COVID has changed that, but I think as long as we continue to work together in a very sort of synergistic and holistic manner, each one of the different organizations has something different to offer. And I think that's really important. And nails, particularly nail technicians, haven't had distinct and focused representation. And there's a lot that goes into the training, running a business, insurance, your clients, that really, Marion, you and your team are experts in, and you can really deliver that directly to the nail tech. So yeah, I think it's I think these specific trade organizations are essential.
Well, the fact that the Federation is, you know, we did a soft launch last year and we're doing like a proper launch any minute now. In fact, when you see this, it might already be launched. But actually, I have to blame you, Millie, because you were the one that said, will you just get your finger out and do it? So
yeah, that was a random message on Facebook Messenger, wasn't it, one night after a glass of wine? Yeah. I said, Marion, you need to register this, and you went and registered something really stupid, some really silly URL. Yeah. I think it's just what I noticed from the British Beauty Council was when we were like in the midst of this, right at the beginning of this awful situation we've been through, the pandemic, you know, you kept crashing my website.
Sorry.
Because there was something like 30,000 nail technicians that didn't have anywhere else to go. So, you know, hats off to you for pulling this off, because this is absolutely what's needed.
Thank you.
And my website will be very happy.
Your website is very happy, because now they can find crash hours. I would love if they did. I really would. But anyway, we'll see. Thank you, Millie. That's great. Leslie, what's your view from both?
Yeah, again, concur with Millie's comments on a huge congratulations on what you've achieved with FNP so far. And I think it's fantastic to have another, a specific nail kind of organisation there. I know we are going to be working closely with BABTAC and you. And I think that professionalism is so important in our industry. It's something that we are banging on about, you know, constantly. And I think it was important as well, Millie, that you raised the kind of made it very visible anyway that the big organizations have been working together. Now, not everyone, but the kind of the biggest organizations and membership bodies have worked together, we've worked collectively, and we have shown that one voice has worked so much better out there. We've got a seat at the table with government, we've got our own kind of specific sector in UK government, we've had meetings with the Treasury. So I think, you know, there's an awful lot that goes into membership bodies that people perhaps don't actually see. They think that they're, for us anyway, you're paying your insurance, you get membership, and that's it. But what we're there to do is we're there to act on behalf of the industry and be that voice of the industry. So during COVID, what we've done is we've done that along with, you know, yourself, Marion, with the FNP. We've worked with British Beauty Council, we've worked with NHBF, and we've worked with UK SPA. So the kind of collectively our organisations have been in the forefront of any changes that have happened with government. You know, I think very, very good to realise that because of the membership bodies, that was where we got the higher grant in England, we got opening quicker. All of these things was instrumental in the work that was done behind the scene by membership organisations. Again, I think important to know, it's not a lot of money to join these organisations. You know, Babtag's less than £50. I know, you know, British Beauty Council, same. We're all very, very much of a muchness, but we give so much back to our members. And I think the important thing is it's accurate information. You know, how many times did we see during lockdown on media, like print media, everything, and it wasn't stuff that was, it wasn't accurate, whereas we're getting it exactly from the horse's mouth. If we didn't share it with our members and share it with the industry as a whole, it would tend to be that it wasn't true. And I think that, Millie, I know for sure with you, because we spoke on it on many occasions, Friday night, weekends, whatever, that we were firefighting, trying to kind of sort the information that was being shared that wasn't right. And, you know, people are constantly asking. And I would say, why are you asking people that don't know? Ask the experts. And that's what we are doing. We are working with the industry for the industry. And I think that's really important. We're all non-for-profit, so we're all there, again, for the industry, you know, to give as much back as we possibly can. And I think for that level of professionalism, to ask, you know, I know that within all of our organisations, we're really professional people. Between us, we've got hundreds of years experience in our industries. You know, I'm beauty qualified over 30 years. Obviously, Watchers, I started very young. They did it at kindergarten, you know, when I was training. But we've all got a lot of experience. And if we don't know the answer, we'll get it for you. But again, it's accurate information that we're giving out there, and it's experience. We've not gone and done a half-day course and trying to make money from people here. You know, I did laugh at a lot of Facebook posts during lockdown, etc. Who are the membership organisations? We know more than they'll ever know. Yeah, really? Let's put that to the test. That would be one I would have liked to put to the test, because I think collectively between our organisations, I'm not being arrogant, but there's not much that we don't know about the technicalities of our industry, because we've been there, we have done it, we've lived through it, and what we don't know, we ask. So for me, the importance of a membership organisation is paramount. It really, really is. Now, whether it's BABTAC, NHBF, British Beauty Council, the nail professionals, any one of them, but please be a member of one of them. It's so, so important.
Because we all pull information. The other thing I just want to add, because your point's so valid, but government don't want to talk to individual businesses. They can't talk to individual businesses because there's far too many of them. So they really want to talk to a group of industry organisations, and we have varying groups where there are more people on some groups, and then there's, let's say, a COVID task force, and then there is a smaller working group. And so what that does is it limits the amount of time. I mean, the people that do represent us at Bays, our personal care sector team, they also look after hospitality. So we can't get their attention 100% of the time. So when they talk to industry, they want to talk to a small group of people that can then disseminate that information or feed into them effectively. Otherwise, it's absolutely impossible to talk to everybody.
And we speak on behalf of the whole industry. They want this kind of oversight. They don't want individual people coming in and giving their view, because we've got to cover the view of everyone. And that's what we're doing. You know, for Scottish Government, they told us that the work that we did and we put forward collectively as our, you know, membership collective organisations, that was instrumental in them reviewing the mask wearing. So, you know, and I think that's where people don't understand the value of a membership organisation, and to be very aware they are non-for-profit. We are here to support the industry.
Yeah,
So,
and also just, I always say it's not my opinion. I'm just pooling opinions of the businesses that we represent, and then we're sharing that information.
absolutely, and of our collective peers, and I think that's been really good. And I definitely think that and I think we all are wanting to work forward, going forward as well, and work together going forward, actually. And I think that has been the strongest thing for our industry that's come out of this unfortunate, devastating situation, that if we've got one silver cloud, is that we are being viewed a bit more professional from government. We have got the year of government. So it's definitely kind of onwards and upwards, and we can only, you know, move forward. We do need some sort of regulation or registration in our industry to increase and kind of keep the standards that we did have before, that are starting to get a bit diluted because of short courses, etc. And that's your membership organisations that are going to be instrumental in doing that.
Yeah, and I just to add again, Marion, without your knowledge and your input over the past 18 months, I think I would have fallen apart.
Yeah.
Well, do you know, it's great that people can see the passion behind, you know, these organisations. You know, you've just seen two very passionate people that believe in what they're doing. So I personally have to thank Millie for giving me that shove into getting my finger out and doing something about it, but also to both of you, actually, because, you know, what we've done, we're on program. You know, nobody knows what we're going to do, whether we're going to succeed or not. But, you know, what has been absolutely amazing over this time is people like Leslie and people like Millie absolutely supporting us. And, you know, even though we can't always take a seat at every table because we sort of almost don't exist, but what they have done is that they've listened to our input, they've included us in disseminating the information so that we can get it out there. And, you know, that is amazing because, you know, we haven't existed, but we've been welcomed with open arms by, you know, at least these two amazing organizations and others, which are all will be on our website, will be on our website. And, you know, that is something really special that we started sort of ahead of the game. We didn't have to work quite from the ground up because we had the support of these wonderful organizations, and two of the best people are right here giving their opinion. And so thank you so much to the British Beauty Council and Millie, and to Babtak and Leslie, because they've really like made this, they've allowed it to happen, if you like, because
it's a testament to you though, Marion.
Yeah,
your experience, your knowledge, it's been an absolute joy, and we were so happy to have open arms to welcome this, because you are going to bring so much to our industry as a whole, and give it that kind of, give people the reassurance as well that we are covering everything. So yes, so from us, it's definitely music to our ears to have you there.
Right, thank you. And we all work together, we're one big voice, because that has so much more power.
Absolutely.
We've never been more united. It's funny when you hear people saying we're a disjointed industry. Yeah, for the people that are not involved in it, but as a
that sounds like sour grapes to me.
No, but it isn't it though, Millie. We never have been stronger. That, you know, and I think, you know, in our groups we talk at least daily, you know, and like just now it's funny not having like 20 calls. We've got like WhatsApp groups. We constantly are keeping in touch, and we want to share the same information. We don't want any confusion out there. We want to make it as transparent and as easy as for everyone as possible. So yeah,
we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. We all want the same things. We just
absolutely.
This industry, this is a great industry, and we want it to continue to be great and get better as well.
Absolutely.
Because nothing is ever perfect. I was talking about competition scoring just yesterday and saying I never give a 10 because there's always room for improvement. And, you know,
oh, you're harsh. You're harsh.
No, judge.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's room for improvement in all of this, but I think we're all collectively going in exactly the right direction. So thank you very much, ladies, for doing this little video, and thank you even more for supporting the Federation of Nail Professionals. We all really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us, and thank you for organising. Thanks, Marion.
Thank you.
Take care, girls.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.